Hello world, welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the Rex Arthur Show, where we discuss LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ approach and an LGBTQ perspective in an LGBTQ plus planet. And this is a beautiful day. People are in the park, you can see them sleeping. It's a good day when people come. I like the park because it's a very free place for you to do some things and discuss and relax. And yeah, that's what people are doing in this busy, in this hard world. You have to be tough. And as Charles Darwin said, survival for the fittest. Survival for the fittest. And that's how you need to understand. The world is evolving. Forever the world evolves. And people are always, we are always trying to be stronger and to be tougher because the world's conditions don't remain the same. And that's what we've been doing. And that's what we do. At the same time, you look for what you want and you try and evolve. You see, lions die because when they can't get meat, they can't get prey, they can't eat grass, so they die. This is why omnivorous animals like human beings survive. It's because we eat very many things. We eat vegetables, we eat meat, and we eat all of those things. So if there's no meat, you'll go for vegetables. And if there's no vegetables, you'll go for meat. So that's what you need to understand about human beings, where they live, and the fact that we're omnivorous is an advantage compared to the carnivorous or herbivorous animals. Like a cow dies when there's no grass, dies. So that's the problem of being wired herbivorous. And this is why I tell people I don't really believe in intelligent design. I just believe life is life. And by saying that doesn't mean that there's no cosmic power or super being. There could be. There is a super being. It's just that it's not the way we understand it. It's not the way we understand it. And that's how I understand the world. That even though they are super beings, life is disorganized. As I've told you, not all animals are omnivorous, and that's sad because they will not survive. But if you believe in intelligent design, then you will say everything that happens in the world has happened for good. That's what even Paul the Apostle said, that all things work together for good to them that love. That whatever happens in your life, it was planned. It was bound to happen, and so it was for your good. So that's how he positivized time. Okay, enough of that. I knew I was going to get into the pastor cloak, and I didn't want that. I just wanted to talk about my thoughts about sexism and what do you call it? And sexuality. Sexism or sexuality. Because I've realized now we are at a point in the time in this world where we are trying to help sexism and sexuality meld and mold. And especially for me, because of my experience, as I said in the other video, when I discussed about sexism and sexuality. And of course, we live in a free world. And I'm just giving my thoughts of what I was thinking, because whenever I think I have very many visions and views, and that's what I want to share. And as I have, this is about time. You can see these are planetary times, and now we are in the time of Mars. There is Mars, the one in purple, and that's the god of war. So it's war time. If you believe in planetary times, you believe that every hour of the day is governed by a planet by a god. And so this is Mars. This one is the next one is the sun. So that's the symbol of the sun. And this one should be a woman. Yes, it's Venus, because the sign of a woman is upside down cross. And that's going to be at 2:30 to 3:30. And then from there we're going to have Mercury, the god of business. And then we have the moon at 4:30. So there are some people who believe in planetary times, that they are what do you call it, they govern the times of the day, and others don't. Some of us, we live life without this calendar. So anyway, let's share my thoughts. So I was thinking to myself about patriarchy, matriarchy, and I've always said that these days I no longer subscribe to either. I'm a uniac. I believe men and women are humans, and we are all equal, even though we are diverse. Yes, we are all equal, even though we are diverse, even though we are different. And I like uniarchy because it even kills racism, it kills homophobia, it kills peniophobia, that's the fear of poverty. It kills the every phobia. Yes, that's how you kill them. It kills androphobia, fear of men. It kills misogyny, fear of women, or hate of women. And it also kills, I've said, homophobia, transphobia, all of these phobias that involve hating someone or fearing someone because of their identity. And that's what I said. If you become a uniac, you will not really attack anybody. And that's what will happen. There will be peace in the land, in the country. If Germany was uniac, believe you me, they would have killed nobody, because you need everybody. But the moment you take a side, there is a potential to hate somebody. And when there's a potential to hate, there's a potential to kill. Yes, when there's a potential to hate, there's a potential to kill. Even if, no matter how remote it is, you see, it's very remote. You can hit somebody, but you don't kill them. Yeah, it's very remote. That's what law says, that when you commit an act, you must have the mens rea. The mens rea to commit the act, meaning your mind, you have to have decided it in your mind. They have to measure intention. Mad people can kill, yes, but they have no intention because they are mad. See, that's why mental health is very important, because people can be committing crimes because of mental disorders. Yes. So you have to study you have to assess human beings, their mental health status, and then you do what? Then you diagnose them. If in case they have mental health disorders, you let them know that this is the disorder you have, and this is how we will help you out through it. Otherwise, the reason why there is a lot of crime, it's because of mental health. Yeah. People are depressed. Like, poor people are very depressed. One of the depressed people in the world are poor people, because they don't have money, they have families, they cry that today we are not going to eat anything, and that depresses that person's mind so bad that when he sees a phone, he steals. When he sees you with money, they steal. It's because of that depressed mindset. and stress and anxiety. This is why even the whole prison system must be assessed. I am a believer that the world is going through an assessment because the world is changing. We are shifting to the new age of knowledge and science. Now, technologically, we are already in the Aquarian age. Why? We are using electrical devices, we are using computers. People are more device-minded than life-minded. You know, life is on the phone, life is on the internet. That's where life has gone. But psychologically, we are still yet to enter the Aquarian age. You know, socially, we are still to enter the Aquarian age. Especially in Africa, most of the places, you can tell people have not shifted to the Aquarian age. In my view, like residentially speaking, you shift to the Aquarian age when you have water and electricity flowing the whole year. That is an Aquarian residence. So in the world, especially in poor countries, majority of the residences are Piscean. Some are even Aries. You know Aries? These are the people who don't even have a house. And if they have a house, it's a mud house. And they keep cows. So people are living in different ages. They are living in different ages. And in Africa, it's the worst. There are diverse ages in Africa. There are people in Africa who live in the Aquarian age. In fact, let me change the video. Let's just talk about time. We won't talk. we won't really talk about women, men. I've talked about it enough, and there's nothing new I'll say. So let's just say we'll be free with our thoughts. Yeah. So everyone is living in different ages, and in Africa, people live in diverse ages. So you find the rich in Africa live in the Aquarian age because their house is so electronic. They have devices, they have tablets, they have iPads. So they're in that level. Then you go down, there are others who are in the Piscean age. They have no smartphone. They live in medium squalor, meaning there is no running water, so they go and fetch water, and then they don't eat 3 meals a day. You know, like Zimbabwe, they eat 1 meal a day. That is the course. So they live like that. They are in the Piscean age. But others live in the Aryan age. You know the Aryan age? That is the time of Moses. Yes. They have no electricity. They use candles. Everything that the people of Moses used, they use. Water was found from the well. That's what they do in Africa. So you see, you go to a country and you find people are in different ages. That's why there's a lot of confusion, disorganization. It's because people are not at par. We're in different time zones. Yes, some of us are Aquarian, others are Piscean, others are Aryan. That's Africa. Now, then, to make you laugh more, but that has changed. Even in Africa, there are those who live in a Taurus age. They don't even live in houses. The Ogiek tribe, they live in the forest. They live in the forest. They eat bushmeat. They eat monkeys. They don't wear clothes. They wear skin. And that's how they've been living for 6,000 years. The Ogiek, yes, they live in, and they don't live in the age of Arias. Arias, that's when they started. They found fire and they made candles. They learned how to make candles. They learned how to make houses, but mostly with mud or stone. Stone was deeper in the middle of the Taurus, the Aryan age. They now started building with stone, and that was part of the Stone Age. Then you have but in the Taurus age, the age of the bull, which weird enough, we'll go through the ages next time. Today it was just thoughts, and then next time we're going to do the ages, maybe here or the theological channel. And so what happened is, the Tauran age, Egypt was worshipping cows. That was the beginning of cow worship. The bull worship, Apis or Apis, was the age when the Egyptians were worshipping the bull, Apis. Now, so in that age, there was still no candle work. In the age of Taurus, the first candle was not discovered, but they had fire. So the Ogiek, who also live in Kenya, live in the Tauran age. Then the age before Taurus is Gemini. And Gemini, that is when the world may have begun. According to Israel thought, that is when the world began, the age of the twins. And the twins could have been Adam and Eve. That's how I can put it. But it's subject to discussion, but it's why it is okay, because when you count Gemini, Taurus, Aries, Pisces, 4 times 2, that's 6,000 years, and we are in the Piscean, but we are supposed to go to the Aquarian, which is going to be entry to the 7th millennium according to Hebrew time. Hebrews, they love the number 7. So by the 7th time, the 7th millennium, we should be in the age of Aquarius. But in Gregorian time, the 7th millennium will be the age of Capricorn. Yes, we will be in the age of Capricorn when it will be the 7th millennium. Because when you calculate the 7th millennium in the Hebrew calendar, it's going to happen in the age of Capricorn and not the age of Aquarius. So according to them, according to the Jews, that's when the Messiah will come, and he will establish his kingdom for 1,000 years, and then they will go to heaven. The earth will be destroyed. This old earth will be destroyed, and a new heaven and a new earth will come. Now, as I talked on my theological channel about heaven, I was telling them heaven is not in here. Heaven and hell, whatever, they are not there. What is there is another world. Yes, there is nothing like heaven, hell, punishment. Nah, it's not there. And what is there is another world, another astral plane, because we are in the astral plane called the solar system. The sun is a star, and not every star has a system. That's why the sun is worshipped, because when the planets revolve around the sun, they are worshipping the sun. They are praising him. They are going around and saying, yes, you are our Lord. Yes, you are our Lord. So the planets, they revolve around the sun. You see, he's the dawn, he's the king. And they go around him. They go around him. The sun is not going around any planet. It's there. But all of those things are going around. And the sun has, because it's very big, it has gravitational pull. Now, the problem of cosmology is that when you look at the sun in the sky, you think that's its size. So there's something, I want to get the physics term for it. There's an illusion, there's a deception in eyesight that something that's very far, the distance, the way it looks from afar, you think that's its size. So all of us, we are messed up psychologically because we believe the sun is small. But it's just because the sun is very far. But if you get close to the sun, you will even die because it's so big. It's a big ball of energy, light energy, electricity. That's electricity, by the way. That's why people can make electricity out of solar energy, because so we have been psychologically messed up by the fact that we think the sun is small. But it's not. It is big. So big. The earth, I don't know how many earths, more than 1,000 earths can fit in the sun. It's serious. It's that big. So when you know that the sun is that big, know that all these other planets, there is no planet that's bigger than the sun. That's what you need to know. So, and then all of these planets revolve. To revolve is to go round. And if you study Christianity, they worship, they have a phrase in worship. And they say that they worship around the throne. Around the throne. So that is revolution. It's turning, revolve. You go like that. And you're just surrounding the sun. You're just surrounding the sun. And the world has been doing that for 4 billion years. Revolving around the sun. So, that's what you need to know. But if there is another world, which I believe, because of cosmic power, yes, because of cosmic powers that are in the world, magic, miracles, those are powers that tell us there's another world. Yes, there's another world. Then it is another star that is in control of that system. So when you die, your spirit goes to that astral plane. To that astral plane, that other system that is controlled by another star. That's what happens when we die. And I don't believe in Judgment Day. Reason being, Jesus died for all of us. So if he died for all of us, what are you going to answer? What case are you answering? The guy already paid it. He took up your punishment. There is no case you have to answer in the other world. The only cases you answer are the natural cases in the world. But the spiritual case closed. Tetelestai. It is finished. Yes. Tetelestai is Greek for it is finished. It is gone. You have no case. Nobody has a case to answer. Nobody. And I like that. That's why I like Christianity for that. Because human beings, he said they commit sin because of Adam and Eve. Yes. Human beings don't commit sin because they want to. According to that teaching, they commit sin because they are genetically wired to sin. So what does that mean? That means that the fault is not the humans. You can't take him to hell. For what? It's not his fault. Someone is using him. Adam and Eve, they are using them to sin. You guys, we sinned, so you continue sinning. That's the logic of that thing. So anyway, that's cosmology for you, and I'm gonna do a very good video. I'm just scattering my thoughts about cosmology. As I told you, that's what I'm reading these days. You can see I have the planetary times here. Look at the sun. Today I'm very happy to know the sun is a circle and a dot. Yes, very wonderful. And well, let's see what this number 4 is. Is this Sagittarius? No, Jupiter. Yeah, that's Jupiter. The sign of Jupiter. And it looks like a 2 and a 4 combined together. And it's beautiful to understand these things. Astrology is not bad. It's very scientific. You know, Christians are the ones who say, oh, it's bad to be an astrologer. No, astrology is very good. Yes, and we, in the theological channel, we're going to discuss the unity of cosmic power. Cosmic power is united. Yes, miracles, magic, they are the same. Yes. You've been fighting a magician because you're a pastor, but you're one. You all have the same energy. What happens is that the energies you have, you fight the person using that energy. That's what happens. You are fighting that person because you are a god. So the energy you have, the knowledge you have, you use it to fight. Because knowledge is energy. Energy is data. Yes, that's it. Energy is data. Knowledge is data. And it's diverse data. Some data is photons. You see, to have power to see ghosts and angels is data. That power is data. And not everybody has the same power. That's why I love Bill Nye. Bill Nye said that always never do what? Undermine anybody, because everybody knows something that you do not know. So what does that mean? Somebody is empowered in something that you are not empowered in. So value every connection you make. Yes, every connection you make, value it, because that person has a power that you don't have. That's why we are connected. You know, we are all connected, even sexually. Yes, because a man sleeps with a woman who happens to be a bisexual, and then she sleeps with a lesbian, and the lesbian goes to sleep with another lesbian. They are all connected. That's why the world is one network. We are one network. However, there are some cases where the world is not a network, because there are some tribes in South America and in Africa that have not integrated with our network. However, they are still connected remotely, because genetically they came from the same tribes we came from. Genetically, they have one genetic source, so they are all in the network. All of us were in one network. So that's what you need to understand. And So we'll talk more about cosmology. I've just enjoyed discussing about it. It is lovely, and that's the ages we are in. So the conclusion is, some countries are in one age, others are in 2 ages, others are in 4 ages, like Africa. Woo! Africa is so diverse. That's why there are problems. It's because there are different ages. Every age had its zeitgeist. Every age had its zeitgeist. It had its drive, So now imagine, especially countries which have 2 ages, they're in trouble. They have war. Like what you have in Africa. You have the Piscean age, Christians and Muslims, and then you have the Aquarian age Africans. So the Aquarian age Africans, they understand abortion, they understand homosexuality, they understand women's rights, they understand racism, they understand systemic racism and how to solve it. They understand it. And some are even worse. They're even going to the age of Capricorn. Yes, there are some Aquarians who have already done they have finished the Aquarian age and now they are Capricorn. So they know everything. And the beauty of these ages, if you are ahead, you can even predict the future. Yeah, because you're in another age. You've seen the other age, its end. So when you're in the Capricorn age, now you're beyond. You're beyond. So other Aquarians have started being Aquarian right now. Others are in the middle of the Aquarian age mentally. And then others are finishing the Aquarian age and are going to Capricorn. So Africa, because of that diversity, that's why you find there are very many weird things happening, confusion. But when you go to Denmark, everyone is in the Aquarian age. Yes. Everyone is in the Aquarian age. So that's why they're able to develop their country faster. It's because they're united. Even if they're diverse, they're united. They're in the one age. So they are moving together. And then, of course, the humans have a bad habit. Is that generally we may be united, but some are higher than others. So even in Denmark, you find there are guys who are already Capricorn. But there are not many, very few. You see, like the ones in Sweden, they've taken the chip in their body. Those ones are beyond. They are beyond. They have left Aquarius. They are Capricorns. Yes, they are Capricorns, because to take the chip, that is the identification that the world is going to use. It's going to happen because they are tired of using the identity card system. And something else is going to come, even bigger than the chip. You see, that's what people wonder. What did Prophet John see? The one of the Bible. And you see, that's why many people don't want to take chips, because they are scared of the mark of the beast. If it is true, but I highly doubt, because I've told you no one is going to, there's no hell. So that book is not so important, because of what I'm trying to say. Is that a prophet is a person, especially a predictive prophet, is a person who sees ahead. And some of his prophecies are transageal. We have created a new word in English. They are transageal, meaning they go beyond the age. So John predicted that there'll be a system whereby they'll put something in your body and you will buy and sell For you to buy and sell, you'll buy it with that thing. And now look what has happened. The chip system has come. And which age was he in? He was in the Piscean age. So he entered the age of Aquarius or Capricorn. Yes. But because he was an apocalyptic prophet, he said that God, because he was an apocalyptic prophet, he believed that Jesus was going to come when that system is introduced. But he hasn't come. It's already in Sweden. Nobody's worshipping the so-called Antichrist. Yes. Yes, nobody's worshipping the Antichrist. There is nothing like that. But what he saw has happened. So I'm not taking it away from him. I'm not saying he didn't see. He may have seen it and he saw well. But it's not what he thinks it is going to be. That people are going to die, or they're going to hell if you take the mark of the beast. No, there's nothing like that. You are going to, it's just technology improving. Because I believe in the Aquarian or in the age of Capricorn, humans will learn how to fly out of this world. Yes. Already Virgin Atlantic has started, they are preparing for space tourism. That is going to happen in the age of Aquarius. Do you know what that does to your brain? Do you know what space travel? It changes you completely. You understand the world in a different way. The reason why people reason differently from others is their experiences. Your experience, if you've never gone to Europe, you will not understand Europe very well. Yes. You won't understand it very well. Because even if you understand it, experientially, you don't know Europe. But if you travel to Europe, then you come back, believe you me, experientially you know it and you're confirming what you already know. So, do that, expand your mind, read, get into cosmic spirituality, read about the planets, read about the earth, meditate, sing, pray, do all of these things. Have sex. Yes, sex is tantric yoga. All yoga is spiritual, so sex is spiritual. Have it so that you can remain. You see, when you're in tantric yoga, and we're going to talk about yogas again in the theological channel, but deeply we'll look at each yoga. The tantric yoga is people having sex. Whether you're homosexual or heterosexual, it's still sex. So when you are in that tantric aura, when you have a lot of sex, you get into that tantric aura. And only people who are having sex will know you. The tantrists around you, they will know this one has had sex. Yeah, this one we know how he's doing it. So it's because you're in the same network. You are having sex. People who don't have sex are not in that network. The tantric network. Then, like the Christian church, they are and Muslims, but Muslims are a bit weird. If you notice how they pray, they don't pray like Christians. Christians pray, God, help me to do this, I want to do this. They can even pray for 24 hours. Now, when they pray like that for 24 hours or 10 hours, they are doing what is called mantra yoga. Yes, that's mantra. Mantra yoga is where you sing where you pray, where you chant, where you use rosaries. That's mantra. Mantra yoga. So a mantrist does not behave like a tantrist. And even for me, when I joined the LGBTQ church, I had to go back to my mantrist life. When I was very active in the sexual scenes, I was very tantrist, and that means also kundalini, because kundalini is also sexual. So now when I came to the mantrist, you have to do more praying, more singing. But now I balance them. I do tantric yoga, I do mantra yoga. You do all of these yogas. You do Jnana. Jnana yoga is knowledge, reading, understanding the world. So you do these different yogas. So everybody is practicing different yogas. Some people are practicing everything. Others are only doing one thing, like the sex workers. They are just tantrists. Yes, they are just tantrists. Then for the religious people, they are mantrists. That's why I always tell people, how do you expect a mantrist to support tantric yoga? It's a miracle. I am a mantrist who supports tantric yoga. And you see, but when you go to spaces, especially homophobic spaces and asexual or antisexual, people who are not having sex because they fear getting diseases, then you get that negative energy of a mantrist. And he's a prayer warrior. I pray. Then you ask him, do you have sex? No, I don't even want to think of it. So they are thoroughly antisexual. And then they are praying against the... So you can see the guy is really in a mantrist. He's a mantric person. So what the world is supposed to do is to learn how to live with different yogis. We are all yogis. All of us are yogis. And some of us practice one yoga, others 2, 3, whatever you're doing. So now, what we're supposed to do is learn how to live together despite being yogis of different yogas. And the world will be fine. But otherwise, just know, that's why there's war always in different ways. It's because we're in different planes. But just as there's war, there's also harmony. Yes, what is harmony? Harmony is peace. It is beautiful order. You see, diversity can be dangerous. It's a double-edged sword. Because when people are diverse, they fight, they beat each other, they kill each other, they destroy things. But diversity is also beautiful because you are diverse, but you're together. Now look at the park here. Look at the park. What have you seen? Trees. Have you only seen trees? No, you've seen grass, you've seen people, you've seen swings. Those are diverse things, but they are coexisting. They are not fighting each other. That's harmony. This is visual harmony. You're seeing different things coexisting, and it looks beautiful. If this park was a bush, too much grass is growing this way, then some trees are hitting each other, then they have built a building that's almost collapsing, that is disharmony, and destruction will happen. Snakes, they can't live here. They can't live here because the grass is cut. So they're exposing themselves to danger. So they love the long grass. They love where there's disharmony. So diversity can also be harmonized, meaning live in peace. And that's what we are discussing. Anyway, so I'm very happy for that understanding. And so now we are to, that's why there's war and peace at the same time in the world. And you stay with your many people. You stay with the people whom you connect with. Yes. Yes, so that's what you need to understand. That's our life. We are all yogis. Pick your yoga. Go with it. That's why you cannot criminalize homosexuality. It's a yoga. Yes. It's a tantric same-sex yoga. It's spiritual. So you cannot attack homosexuals because they are having their yoga. In fact, that is against freedom of worship. Yes, it's against freedom of worship. And it's a sign of intolerance of religious views. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to do a better video about ages, where we'll show you the different ages and we'll go through history and show you that some people are still in the Taurus, others in Arian, others are in Aquarius, and others who are so advanced are in Capricorn. All right, bye-bye.